what you'll call God, right? He said, whose garment was white as snow, and his hair, it says, and the hair of his head, and the hair of his head. Right there. Read that.
And the hair of his head
like the pure wool. So it said like the pure wool.
Yeah.
So what that means? Yahweh was depicted as a so-called black man as well.
Yeah.
Okay. His throne was like a fiery flame, and his wheels as a burning fire. So that's the depiction of our Lord, and then in our Savior as well. So that's what we're trying to get a young
son, the Father and the Son.
That's right, and that's exactly what we was bringing out to the young brother, and it was probably all to get his moms to come over and hear it. So go ahead and get that Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 48. Oh, that's just bad printing. That's what that is. I didn't print it that good.
Who is this?
That's Caesar Borgia. That's the depiction. That's really for more of the older people to see, but it's good that y'all know too, because in the mouths of babes, right?
Yeah.
But the reason that we put that on there is because these are the people that they deceived us.
Yeah.
They taught us that that's who our Savior looked like when our Savior looked like that.
Yeah.
And that's what make a lot of our people not really care.
Yeah.
Because we what? In 46?
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder upon thy seed forever.
That's right. And give me the 48.
48. Therefore thou shalt serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee,
Baby and the alligator here?
in hunger and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
So we in want of all things from people who look like that, and they took away our heritage.
Yeah.
When we came from these type of people.
Yeah.
That's where it comes from. They say that we were kings.
Yeah.
Because what? In Egypt we were in slavery. Remember that? Israel was in
Yeah.
slavery.
I thought we was in here.
So those are Hispanic people.
Yeah.
Right there where the young brothers pointing at. We live very close. Those are our so the alligator, what happened is what these people did, this was a sign back in the day. So what these people did, but let me tell you something. We're supposed to be wise as serpents, harmless as doves when we're dealing in the world.
Yeah.
That means when you see things like this and we teach you stuff like this, what we're gonna do is give you laws and statutes to keep. So when you see things like this, what you're supposed to do is understand in your heart, understand your mind. But you gotta know the end of those who are over you. Your teachers are over you, your system is over you, right? So you can't really go out there, the brothers taught me that you was the devil. You don't do that, that's not the way to go. The way to go is to, you know what I think? When they get of a certain age, you can only take them to the house and kind of tell them, well, these are the things that my forefathers, when we went through, we teach them, it's up to y'all. He already knew actually what slavery was and what happened, he answered us back a few questions. So, but let me go ahead and get that 40, did you finish up that?
48.
So hunger and thirsting, we in want of all things from our oppressors. We have to pay for everything from them.
Exactly.
They sell us our water when our people was here first.
Exactly.
So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans was here first. So what's going on, brother? So blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans were here first. But the so-called white man, what they do? Came over here and stole this land, and they still here to this day. So that's pride and arrogance. And then on top of that, they judge us in the same land that they killed on, raped on. Their forefathers did these things, and the Most High speak to our benefit in that. So let's go ahead and get a sister that Deuteronomy 68.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondsmen and for bondswomen. And no man shall buy you.
No man, when it say nobody shall buy you, in that same verse it said you shall be sold to your enemies, right? So we were sold to our enemies, right? Okay. And then it said that we by the way whereof I spake unto you, that you'll see it again no more. Right? That's talking about when we came out of Egypt by the hands of with Moses. Right? So Israel came out of Egypt with Moses. All right? And then what ended up happening is they were in the wilderness, and the Most High gave them those laws, statutes, and commandments. He said, if you don't follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, what I'm telling you this day, then all these curses shall come upon you. And there's many more curses. Like if you look at 16, verse 16.
I had them watching what's it? I cut you out a movie called Left Behind, you know.
Right.
You know,
I've heard of that.
Yeah,
the rapture and all that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They'll tell me a little bit about that.
Hear this real quick.
Okay.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city, Salaki, and cursed shalt thou be in the field. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land.
So it say, cursed shall you be in the city, and cursed shall you be in the field. Everywhere we go, black men got so-called cops walking after them, driving after them. And this was even worse back in when we first got out of slavery, right? Slave patrol, that's where it comes from.
Really?
You know, the police come from the police.
Overseer.
Yeah, they come from slave patrol.
Okay.
It was 4 white men that were out of a job, so all the people on the plantation, they said, hey, y'all go out there and catch slaves. You know, they put a law, actually. It was a law that was, if you don't have a job, you have to get put back in slavery. You're gonna be put in jail. And what is your punishment? 100% of the time back in those days was what? You have to go back to that slave plantation.
That's not Jesus.
That's right. That's what so-called black men that were out of slavery, right? So, another thing, it say, curse shall you be in the city, curse shall they be in the field. So we brought up where the police come from. And then in the field, what do we do in the field? We work night and day. And was beat while we was doing it.
Never got paid for it.
And then
to this day.
That's right.
Never got paid for it.
That's right. And not only that,
This is not Jesus. That is Jesus.
that's right. But we're gonna talk more about it. But these things are in the scripture. If that ain't enough to make people start turning around and be made purified mentally in these last days, we send our kids to school to build up a nation that was not meant for us to thrive at all. All right.
Yeah.
So, go ahead and get what you got. Go ahead.
When it said, no man shall buy you.
Yeah.
Like he said, it literally just said that you was going to be sold in the same sentence. So meaning no man shall buy you. If you notice, like I say, we've had plenty of people that have tried to advocate for us, try to bring us out of these conditions, and nobody has been successful.
Little brother said
Martin Luther King, all these various brothers, Marcus Garvey, you know, so that's the prophecy on that.
They kill them.
Exactly. Like you say, no man shall redeem us out of these situations. We can't be saved but by from the Most High's hand. There's no man gonna be able to get us out of these conditions.
Why did black people?
And that's why it's so that's they say that you're gonna go in Egypt again with ships by the way wherever I spake unto thee. We're gonna go into Egypt, which is what? Bondage. You got that Exodus. Let me Exodus chapter 20, verse 20 and verse 2.
20 and 2.
It is
It's Exodus 20, chapter 2. I am the Lord, Slakia, chapter 20, verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
That's right. So what from that? Read it one more time. From that, I want you to see what Egypt means, because it said, "I will bring thee into Egypt again with ships." So let's see.
I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So what does Egypt mean? Read it one more time.
Yeah.
One more time.
I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
The house of bondage?
Out of Egypt.
That's what Egypt is. It means the house of bondage.
And another reference is, look on the back of your dollar bill. Ain't everything about this place, Egypt, Sodom and Gomorrah, like, you know, all the
Which one is the devil?
So let me show you something else real quick. So, you know, we talking about all this, that, and the other, but you know what? It's like, okay, well, now we know that, so what we gonna do? Give me Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. And brother, are you getting everything straight? Okay.
It's Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. And now Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
So you're Israel, sis. You know, was your forefather, give me Numbers 8 and 1. I think it's 8
So, is he the big guy? So,
1 and 8.
Which one?
is he the devil for real, for real?
That's not it. They looked up their fathers by the pedigree.
What is that book for?
Searched up the pedigree. So,
Determine their pedigree by the house of their father.
yeah,
You know what
determine the
that is?
pedigree. It's in Numbers. 1 and 18, or is it 18 and 1?
1 and 18.
Yeah, so it says, so we telling you all this, but check this out. Go ahead and read that.
Numbers 1
God said
and
that you
18.
Israel. This is the way you determine.
And they assembled all of the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward by their polls.
So they what is pedigree? No, that's your lineage. No,
It's about
you look at your father to see
Put them in
what your
slavery.
lineage is of. So when you look at where's your father
The
from?
home of, I don't know. What is Egypt again?
Egypt.
So he was a so-called black man.
Yeah.
Okay. So guess what? Your people, just like my people, just like these brothers' people, they came from Egypt. Because what? We are Israelites. This young brother understands the word. Maybe he might be an Israelite because it's not all based off of, you know, it's based off of your forefather. But at the same time, he has understanding. His father might have, his father might be a so-called black man. You never know. You know, or it might run back in his lineage somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Is he really the devil?
Understand,
Yeah.
you know?
Is he really the devil?
Well, this devil means what?
Deceiver.
Deceive. So if you
He's
deceive
a
people,
traitor.
right? You know what I'm saying? And he did betray because his brother,
a liar. He's just a liar.
yeah,
Another word for a liar, like I said, he deceived the whole world.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's why he's the
Yeah.
devil that the Bible speaks of.
right,
The
right.
deceiver.
The man of perdition.
he's
Perdition means destruction, and who's destroying the earth in these last days? Not us. We being led by our enemies.
Okay.
So let me tell you this. In Isaiah chapter 63, so because we telling you all
Go
these,
get her.
because we telling you all these things, but we want you to have hope. So here you go, right here. If you understand this word, if you're going to do what the Bible is telling you to do in these last days, it says, "Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra?" Edom is Esau. Esau came out all red like a hairy garment. What nation of people is red? What nation of people have red skin?
Slap them, they turn red. They get mad, they turn
What?
red.
No, white people. White
Yeah, yeah. So the so-called, you can see some of them, they just red already.
people. Yeah.
So look, it says, "Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength.
Okay.
I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save." So the only person that's mighty to save is Yahawashi, who the world calls Jesus, right? And he was depicted as a so-called black man.
Okay.
They said that he's going to have with dyed garments from Basra, meaning that he's going to have blood all over his vest, all over his clothing. Okay, his raiment is going to be stained with blood because what? He's going to come to destroy. Okay, so that's what's going to be happening in these last days. Well, that's not really Jesus. Neither one of these are really Jesus, but that's the depiction alone. See, they took Caesar Borgia and they painted him. Okay, as, yeah, right there. That's Caesar Borgia right there. Okay, go ahead and read that for the
In 1490, Pope Alexander had in
so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are Israelites because of the curses that we went through, the things that we are suffering from the so-called white man. The so-called white man is leading us in a way that is wrong. Our people thinking evil, okay? We are Israelites that the Bible speaks of. Go ahead, brother. Sorry.
In 1490, Pope Alexander and an artist modeled a Jesus painting after his son, Caesar Borgia. Both father and son were extremely wicked. So, yeah, this. When you go into the actual history of the Borgias, you'll find out that's like one of the biggest crime families, really of all time. But you know, definitely of that time period. And
She was one of the slaves.
when his son passed away, he went in the morning and he actually had an artist. I believe Michelangelo, Michael, one of the famous artists, to actually paint that first image, which you have, which they call Jesus, so-called Jesus Christ, which is not even his name is. Anyway, his name is Yahawashi.
She was one of the black peoples.
Yeah, that's actually so-called blacks was in Australia as well. We was the Aboriginals.
Okay.
And then
So it says that the only he said he's mighty to save. He's speaking righteousness and he's mighty to save. That's what we hasten for that time, because that's when this kingdom can be translated to another. Okay, that's what's gonna happen in these times. But let's give you some light things right now. Some things that's not too hard to understand. Go ahead.
Leviticus 19 verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
That's right. So
Finish that out.
yeah.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am Yahweh.
See, so now what I want you to understand is thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, meaning that and not suffer sin upon him. So sin is the transgression of the law. When you break the law of the Most High, that's transgression of the law. In these last days, because we are under our oppressor, we have to start turning back to the law, statutes, commandments. Everything that's in your power to do that the law says, then that's what we must be doing. We try to be diligent in doing these things. Okay, so and it says what did you want to get out of that, brother?
Oh,